If you have been on YouTube long enough, you know the fastest way to ruin your career on the platform is to cross Penguinz0. Even though he is known for his calm demeanor and his razor sharp wit, Charlie aka Penguinz0 has a thing for delivering brutal reality checks that leave his opponent shattered. With a history of effortlessly roasting and dismantling those who try to come for him, challenging Penguinz0 often is a disaster for the opposition.
They'll have to be in the presence of the alpha male. I've awakened.
Hi, I'm Mighty Elroy, and I make weekly documentary videos. Today we'll be focused on a few YouTubers like Def Noodles, Brent Rivera, Mamamax, and Nikocado, whose careers were destroyed after crossing paths with Penguinz0, who we will be calling Charlie for the rest of the video, starting with the first person to have their career destroyed, Def Noodles. For those who don't know, Def Noodles is a channel managed by Dennis Fartitos, who has become a magnet for controversy. Dennis has about 500,000 subscribers, but his videos are often sloppy and poorly researched. His carelessness was always a ticking time bomb on his channel that was going to explode sooner or later. You see, Def Noodles' problem first started when he posted a fake chat log about James Charles while he was in the middle of his growing saga. This log, created by a comedian TikToker named Sammy S, was clearly labeled with hashtags like #funny and #meme, showing it was a joke. However, Dennis, in a typical fashion, rushed to Twitter and posted, "Who could have seen this coming? James Charles exposed by a 14-year-old boy." Not even checking the original date on the screenshots, which showed James Charles would have also been a minor at the time. This led to multiple back and forth between Dennis and the internet and other YouTubers who called him out for pushing fake info. At this point, Keemstar, another notorious YouTuber, gave Def Noodles a taste of his own medicine by tweeting a fake accusation. Def Noodles had allegedly groomed girls from ages 12 to 15. Def Noodles has declined to give us a comment on these allegations made against him. Showing his lack of common sense in handling controversy, Def Noodles responded to Keemstar's mockery by immediately filing a lawsuit, making a bad situation even worse. People saw him as hypocritical, especially as he was also doing the same thing to another YouTuber named Papa Gut. Dennis tweeted a photo of Papa Gut suggesting he be put on a watch list simply for looking suspicious. When people called him out for doing exactly what he was suing Keemstar for, Def Noodles tried to justify his actions by saying he was a comedian who is very well known for covering news in a funny way. Ending with saying, "Someone looks like a pedo isn't an accusation, especially when they objectively look like a pedo." Papa Gut was so devastated by this that he broke down in tears during a live stream. As Dennis continued to act wildly and without thought, his reputation was drowned out further, and he began losing subscribers for the first time. Rather than taking a step back to reflect, he found himself in another controversy, but this time with the wrong guy, Penguinz0. But before we continue, let me take you back to a bit of how it even started. Before now, Def Noodles has been claiming he was a professional comedian with a huge background in comedy. And one time, to prove his point, he shared a clip of himself performing live, but the clip was so awkward and simply unfunny. However, it appeared Def Noodles actually believed in the power of his own humor, so he decided to open his own 50-person comedy club and hosted an event called Super Roast Battle, which was a live stream on Twitch and YouTube. To nobody's surprise, the event was far from a roast and ended up total disaster. The first 24 minutes of the show were spent setting up and unprepared lighting and sound, leaving the audience sitting in silence, and when the show finally started, the silence quickly provoked to be a better fate. The jokes were terrible and the event only got worse from there. The internet heavily shamed the event, including fellow YouTuber Charlie, who watched the stream and made a video titled, "I never seen something this horrible."
If he would just had self-awareness, I don't think it'd be as enjoyable. But the fact that he lives in this delusional fantasy land where he believes people love this, I think really adds to the charm.
Where he compared the roast battle to a fire festival. but much worse.
Imagine Fire Festival, but if it actually happened and was worse than anyone could have imagined.
Charlie pointed out that the show failed because the comedians didn't even know each other, so all they could do was roast each other's appearance. Def Noodles couldn't handle the criticism and responded with a sarcastic apology video titled "My Apology to Moist Critical for the first Super Roast Battles." Shortly after, where he started off pretending not to be hurt, but by the end of it, it was evident that he actually was. The video received 90% dislike ratio, a loss of 3,000 subscribers, and 1,000 of comments just trashing him. However, Def Noodles would only double down by scheduling another roast battle, but making worse decisions than the last. Def Noodles invited his rival, Salvo Pancakes, who brought fans to the show to cause chaos. The audience waited even longer this time than the first battle, and when Def Noodles finally walked out, his roasts were more physical rather than verbal. After shoving Salvo got his revenge by walking through the crowd, signing his posters, and disrupting the show. Def Noodles hadn't prepared material and ended up getting roasted by Salvo, with Salvo going as far as saying if he weren't there, there'd be nobody in the crowd. With every passing hour, Charlie's viewers went even further and continued to bash Def Noodles, and Def Noodles' image kept dying. The final blow came from Charlie's fourth video about Def Noodles, garnered over 10 million views, which was crazy because all of this could have been avoided if Def Noodles had ignored Charlie's first video. Def Noodles' monthly viewership dropped from 4 million to 400,000, and despite losing 90% of his fan base, he had even further to fall. His news-related content became low-effort challenge videos, and even his pivot to interviews failed. Over a year after the roast battle incidents, his videos were still getting at least 50% dislikes on each video. Desperate, Def Noodles launched an unsubscribe challenge. Asking his viewers to unsubscribe from his channel, he uploaded videos titled Unsubscribe Challenge and Unsubscribe Challenge Part 2, challenging everybody watching the video and subscribe to his channel to unsubscribe, in an attempt to break the record for being the most unsubscribed channel in the history of this platform. His audience was happy to unsubscribe. On Reddit, a user compiled 20 videos that failed to achieve a single view despite being hours old. Another user questioned if Def Noodles had the least watched channel ratio compared to his subscriber count. When all else failed, Def Noodles ironically tried to mirror Charlie by launching Def Noodles New, a channel with some surprisingly well put takes. However, his reputation was already far too damaged. This is one example of how far conflicts with Penguinz0 goes to destroy careers. But while some foolishly try to fight back and end up losing everything, like Def Noodles, some others like finance TikToker Jason Wojo knew how to quit while they were ahead. The beef between Jason and Charlie began when Charlie criticized Jason's financial advice and the legitimacy of his business practices. You see, Jason Wojo often promotes investment strategies and financial tips on TikTok and Instagram that aren't very practical. He posts videos of himself holding seminars that appear staged, driving expensive cars even though his true net worth is questionable, and so many other posts that viewers seem to take issues with. This made him a target of Penguinz0 due to his series of terrible advice that he perceived as misleading information. Charlie made a video calling out Wojo for his misleading financial claims, labeling them as potentially harmful to viewers seeking genuine financial guidance, as most of them seemed overly unrealistic. At first, Jason Wojo attempted to defend his position, arguing that his content was meant to motivate and educate people about financial independence, but he knew on time how much of his losing battle that was. Plus, the backlash from Charlie's substantial fan base put him under significant pressure, leading to a decline in his online reputation. Choosing to handle the situation with some degree of wisdom, Jason chose to focus on his content rather than engage further with Charlie's criticisms. Charlie's critique, however, prompted him and many more to be critical and cautious of the financial advice they share on social media platforms. However, the story didn't go down so well for Brent Rivera. Brent had built a massive following with his elaborate prank videos, amassing millions of subscribers. His content was designed to entertain, often featuring outrageous and seemingly spontaneous pranks. But over time, Brent started running out of ideas, and viewers began to notice that many of Brent's pranks have become too perfect, too well timed, and too scripted, leading to multiple and consistent speculation that Brent's pranks were staged, making him the perfect subject for Charlie's next video. In February 2023, a YouTuber, Tyler Averia, would record a video seeing Brent in a hotel where he asks him if he is faking his videos.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you fake your videos?
No. Do you fake your videos?
No.
Brent didn't look too happy and started making comments on recording equipment that Tyler was using. Eventually, the confrontation got so bad that Brent had Tyler removed from the hotel. Now, with all the mixed thoughts about this video, it would gain more traction than ever, but it would come across Penguinz0's feed, where he would now react to the drama. In his video, Charlie carefully analyzed several of Brent's pranks, pointing out the clear signs of staging and scripted reactions. Charlie would refer to the pranks as painfully fake and liken it to watching a bad sitcom where everyone knows their lines but still manages to mess it up, making it clear that Brent was more interested in views than in delivering authentic content. Charlie would continue talking about Brent and how he treated Tyler Averia, especially belittling him and flexing on how much wealthier and more famous he was. Not only did Charlie see through his terrible persona, so did the other viewers. Tyler said a joke and Brent couldn't take a hit at his ego. Brent, have fun with your 1,000 subscribers. Charlie's review didn't stop there. He also stressed the potential impact on Brent's young and impressionable audience. The problem is that his audience is young and impressible, Charlie said. They might actually believe this is how real pranks are done, calling it a bad example. Brent, known for his upbeat and positive image, was not pleased with Charlie's choice of words or his entire opinion on his channel, so in response, Brent posted a video of his own defending his content. He argued that his pranks were meant to be entertaining and should be taken in the spirit of fun, and tried to downplay the accusations. People watch them to have a good time and to laugh, not to analyze whether they're real or not. Brent didn't stop there. He began to issue copyright strikes against other creators for reacting to his content, trying to get them kicked off YouTube platform. When Charlie caught wind of this, he made another video addressing Brent's actions. In the video, Charlie condemned Brent for abusing the copyright system, emphasizing that no YouTuber should ever engage in such behavior.
You just move on from it. You don't do this. When you do copyright abuse shenanigans, it is always like sticking your head into a beehive. You are the only one who gets hurt, but you are just too focused on the potential sweetness in that hive, that honey.
He went on to predict that the YouTube community would turn against Brent because of his actions. His predictions came true as Brent started receiving more dislikes than likes on his YouTube videos. Some even unsubscribed from Brent's channel, feeling that the trust had been betrayed. The situation escalated further when Brent's fan base began attacking Charlie online, accusing him of being overly critic and trying to bring down yet another YouTuber out of jealousy. As the drama unfolded, Brent attempted to reduce the impact of it by posting behind the scene content to show the effort and creativity that went into his videos, of hoping to regain some of the loss of trust. However, this attempt at damaging control had limited success as most fans remained skeptical. The relevance that many of Brent's pranks were staged had already tarnished his image. Comments continued to pour in, with viewers still questioning the authenticity of his content. As the drama eventually simmered down, the impact remained. Brent continued creating content through with more transparent approach. He started to include disclaimers in his videos, acknowledging when pranks were staged. Charlie, on the other hand, saw his audience grow. Viewers appreciated his integrity and his willingness to call out dishonesty, even when it meant facing criticism. His critique of Brent Rivera became a defining moment in his YouTube career, solidifying his role as a trusted voice in the community. But that hasn't saved Charlie from getting called out himself. Although it was for a brief time, the situation between Penguinz0 and the YouTuber Mamamax was intense. Mamamax, who transitions from making content similar to H3H3 and Leafy is Here to reviewing hentai, eventually found his niche exposing child predators. However, his efforts led to repeated copyright strikes from YouTube. Frustrated, Max took to Twitter, launching the #PickASide campaign. He demanded that creators choose between supporting his cause of catching predators or be tagged as being in support of it. In a bold move, Max called out several large YouTubers, including Charlie, accusing them of not supporting small creators or speaking out about critical issues like online predators. Mamamax's video was direct and included clips and screenshots of bigger YouTubers, urging them to choose pick a side. Either support the fight against online predators or be seen as a supporter through the silence. This approach put a lot of pressure on the named YouTubers and stirred significant attention online. Charlie responded quickly with the video addressing the accusations. He acknowledged the serious nature of the issues Mamamax raised, but disagreed with the method of calling out creators publicly. Charlie explained that while he supported many causes and creators, he often did so privately. He felt that demanding public support in such an aggressive manner was unfair and counterproductive. In his response, Charlie said, "I understand the frustration and these issues are incredibly important, but shaming people into supporting causes is not the way to build genuine lasting support." He also highlighted that everyone has their own ways of contributing, and that public shaming could annihilate potential allies rather than bring them together. Mamamax saw Charlie's video and appreciated the respectful tone and the valid points Charlie made. He acknowledged that perhaps his approach could have been better and appreciated Charlie's willingness to discuss the matter openly. The tension between them quickly de-escalated as they reached a mutual understanding. The situation ended almost as quickly as it began, unlike the situation with mukbang creator Nikocado Avocado. The saga between Penguinz0 and Nickocado was an unlikely clash of the two very different YouTube personalities. The beef started with Charlie, known for his commentary and critique videos, expressed genuine concern about the direction of Niccocado's content and life heading. If you don't know, Nickocado, whose real name is Nicholas Perry, became famous for his mukbang videos where he consumed large quantities of food on camera. Originally, Nickocado started his YouTube journey focused on veganism and violin performances. However, over the years, his content shifted drastically to mukbangs, leading to a significant weight gain and health issues. His videos often showed him in distress, crying, and experiencing emotional breakdowns, which concerned many viewers, including Charlie. In September 2021, Charlie uploaded a video titled "This YouTuber is Slowly Killing Himself for Views," where he discussed Niccocado's drastic physical transformation from a relative healthy individual to someone mortally obese, constantly facing health problems, highlighting how Niccocado's content had become a spectacle of self-destruction, which his audience both consumed and enabled. He showed clips of Nickocado struggling with his weight, experiencing physical pain, and using his breath machine for sleep apnea. Charlie's main argument was that Nickocado was sacrificing his health for the sake of YouTube views, and that his audience continued to engage with his content was reinforcing his destructive behavior, pointing out that Nickocado had gained over 200 pounds in a few years and was now dealing with severe health issues, including broken ribs, which Nickocado claimed were due to excessive weight. Even with Nickocado blaming his audience, they were still concerned about him. Not long after Charlie's video, Nickocado responded, attempting to paint Charlie as a bully and disagreeing with everything he said. Nickocado made Charlie's comments seem 10 times worse than they actually were. His reaction was so exaggerated that even his audience noticed, resulting in more dislikes than likes on his response video. Nickocado accused Charlie of using his past struggles and his transformation for views, emphasizing that being skinny did not necessarily mean being healthy. He referenced his own past health issues when he was a vegan and slimmer, such as a rotten tooth, B12 deficiencies, and hypoglycemia. Nickocado also claimed that Charlie did not ask his viewers to refrain from harassing him, which led to a storm of negative comments and messages. He felt that Charlie's video had painted him in an unfair light and had encouraged his audience to judge him based on his appearance and weight. Additionally, viewers left comments calling out Nickocado for his behavior, further emphasizing the backlash against him. This person is not well. You are absurd. Keep being delusional and telling yourself, trying to convince us that you are healthy. The dietitian who says you are healthy as well should be fired and taken their license away as well. You, sir, you are not healthy. No matter how many times you tell that to yourself, you can be mad at people all you want, but this dude was genuinely being honest. He was not bullying you. He wasn't rude to you. He stated facts and he was rational. Get help. Not only for your obesity, but also for your mental and immature state. Look at how you came stomping in, making the weird faces. It's not normal behavior. Of course, next Charlie would have to respond to that and ended his career with ease. Nikocado responded with a video titled "My Response to Penguinz0's Video About Me, Disabled Mukbang." Charlie then made another video to address Nicocado's response, clarifying his intentions. He made it clear that his criticism came from genuine concern for Nicocado's well-being and was not a personal attack, while also apologizing for not explicitly asking his viewers to avoid harassing Nickocado and condemn any such behavior. He emphasized that his goal was to show the danger of prioritizing views over health, to encourage a healthier approach to content creation. Despite Charlie's attempts to de-escalate, Nickocado continued to feel attacked and made more videos discussing the controversy, often using Charlie's name in clickbait titles. He defended his choices and lifestyle, arguing that his audience enjoyed his content, that he was providing entertainment. He even went further to accuse Charlie of not doing enough research and spreading misinformation. In his follow-up video, Charlie admitted to some inaccuracies but stood by his main points. "I might have gotten some details wrong, but the overall message remains the same," Charlie said. Niccocado's content is harmful to his health and his audience is enabling this behavior. Over time, the direct confrontation between Charlie and Nickocado subsided as both creators moved on to other content. Well, that's the end of the video today, guys. Thank you for the support. Please give me feedback and like and subscribe.